Hi everyone, I'm Maegan Lemp, and welcome to an in-home full body treatment using your breath as the vehicle to move qi. Typically we see each other in person and I use needles or body work, or you've been using self-massage maybe to move qi and treat yourself at home. But I've had some requests for an alternative, and we know that the breath is where the mind and the body come together. And we know that it's a really effective way to move qi. And so I've offered some short breathing exercises and videos while we've been distancing. But I thought that it might be nice for those of you who can't make it into the office, for you to have the option of a full body treatment, just like we would in the office. So pause this video and go ahead and find a comfortable place to recline or to lay down. And the video will probably be 20 minutes or less, but you can pause the video as we go so that you can give yourself more time if you need more time. So once you've found a comfortable place to recline or to lay down, we're going to start as we always do in our self-care, which is bringing our breath back to our natural state, which is breathing into the abdomen. And there's two hand positions that we can start with. One is your hand just below your navel, on the core of the system, letting your hand rise and fall with your breath. If you want to add something to this, you can rest your second hand on the middle of the chest in what we call the heart center. One hand below the navel, one hand on your chest center. This is particularly helpful if you notice that you've been having shortness of breath or feeling some tightness in the chest, maybe neck tightness, upper body tightness. This reminds us to just soften and allow the upper body to relax, as well as the lower body. And on your second or third breath, start to allow your inhale and exhale to lengthen. Don't effort when you're doing this. Don't force it or try. Just set the intention and allow your inhale and exhale to lengthen. When you feel ready, we're going to start to transition to the side body, to the lateral body that runs from underneath the armpit down to your hip bone, the whole flank or side body. Often when we feel some emotional or physical tension, this is a place that we tend to lock down and armor. So on the inhale, we're going to move our intention to expanding laterally now through the side body. Sometimes one side might be easier to breathe in than the other. Just take the role of the observer or the witness in this treatment and just keep breathing, noting what you notice, but not trying to change it. As you breathe fully, your circulation will improve, and we know that it's blood flow that moves oxygen through the body, improving your microcirculation. So as you implement this practice, slowly places that felt numb or maybe felt hot or cold or felt tight might start to naturally loosen. Maybe not today, but as we move qi with our breath, things will change. And when you feel ready, we're going to move the intention of our breath into the back body. Allowing your spine to expand and the muscles in your back to expand and soften with the inhale. Almost the feeling of a balloon gently inflating and expanding in the back body, and then releasing through the front body. expanding in the back with the inhale and releasing through the front body on the exhale. Now we're going to focus the breath just on our spine, starting at the tailbone or maybe in the sacrum, somewhere where you feel like you can get in touch with one of the vertebrae and have some feeling in it. And as you inhale, let the breath rise up, each vertebra rising up the spine, coming up the neck, the back of the head, washing over the head, down the forehead, down the face, into the abdomen, and release. Bringing the breath up the vertebra as we inhale, all the way up the neck, the back of the head, over the top of the head, and relaxing as our face muscles relax and our chest relaxes and our abdomen releases. As the exhale washes down the front of your body, let your shoulders drop. Let your arms move and release as they need to. Get in touch deep within your pelvis on the exhale and see if you're holding down in the reproductive organs, in the uterus, deep in our bladder. We often tend to have some really small areas of armoring and holding that we might not be in touch with. As you exhale, let everything in your pelvis release. Again, in the back body, expanding like a gentle balloon. Let it wash down over the head, chest, and abdomen. Next, we're going to inhale through the back body and exhale through the arms. There's no right way to do this. Bring it up the back body, over the shoulders, and down the arms. As the microcirculation improves, again, you may start to feel a little tingly, and that's fine. Wiggle your wrists and fingers, letting any little tension that you're holding in there release. Slowly move your head left and right, noticing if there's any leftover tension in your neck. Making sure to relax the small muscles in your face. Again, those little micro circulatory areas, those very small muscles, we often tend to be holding. We actually hold tension in our cheeks and in our nose and in our ears and in our jaws. As you bring the breath up the back body and down the front, let yourself deepen into a release a little bit more with each breath. And we're going to move into the lower body. As we do this, pick up your hips and replace them down. As we start to release, sometimes we need to replace our hips in an area in a way that feels more balanced for us. Move the legs into a comfortable position. And again, we're going to breathe into the back body. Maybe it doesn't come all the way up to the head anymore. Maybe it does. Allowing the back body to expand gently on the inhale and exhaling through the energetic core of our system, through the area below the navel. So in the back body and releasing through the pelvis, through the lower abdomen. Sometimes you might just want to breathe into the area of our back where the lumbar and the sacrum come together, right behind the navel. In the back, behind the navel, out through the navel and just below the navel. Now we're going to breathe in gently through the back and let the breath wash down the legs. And we're going to start with the fronts of the legs. And your attention might be drawn more to the left or the right, and that's fine. Just go with whatever your body needs. Breathing into the back gently and letting the breath wash down the legs. There's an area just on the sole of the foot, just below the ball, that might start to feel a little tingly. That's an exhale. It's an exit spot for energy as we're releasing through the legs, breathing in through the back body, down through the legs and out the feet. And when you feel ready, we're going to shift. We're going to start at the medial sides of the legs, at the ankle, the inside of the legs. Coming from the ankle up the medial side of the leg on the inhale and down the lateral or outside part of the leg on the exhale. So it's a cycle of breath up the inside of the legs and down the lateral outside of the leg. And as you let the breath wash down the outside of the legs, notice those IT band muscles in the lateral knee and the lateral calves into the ankle bone, all the way down into your very small pinky toe, letting it soften. Again, replacing your legs if you need to, slowly moving your legs at the ankles, at the knees, at the feet, wiggling the toes if you need to. Bringing the inhale up the medial inside of the legs, into the pelvis now, around the hip and down the outside of the legs. Letting your abdomen expand with the inhale and deflate on the exhale. And now we're going to move step by step, taking a few deep breaths into the pelvis, in through the back of the lower back, all the way down by the tailbone, and out the lower abdomen through the front of the pelvis. Next, moving down to the knees. Breathing into the knees, maybe it's the kneecaps or the backs of your knees that are drawing your attention. Breathing in and out into the knees. And when you feel ready, moving down into the ankles. Breathing into the Achilles tendon in the back. And releasing that muscle or that tendon on the exhale. The Achilles tendon, especially if you've been walking and exercising a lot, are often very, very tight. And they're very closely aligned to the neck. As you breathe into the Achilles tendon, move your head left and right, front and back. And we're going to finish by returning to our natural state of breath, our most grounding position, which is one hand below your navel and one hand on your heart. Again, if this practice moved a little too fast for you, feel free to go back and watch it again, pausing the video when you need more time. We've just covered every meridian in the body, from head to toe. If you have any questions about this, or you're noticing that your breath is getting stuck, or there's an area as you've been implementing this practice day by day that's not releasing, feel free to contact me at aculemp.com, and we can talk about some other strategies for you. I look forward to seeing you in person again soon. And if you'd like to access the rest of the videos, you can look at YouTube, Maegan Lemp, Instagram, Maegan Lemp, or look at my website, aculemp.com.